You know what
Watch
show's
what
gonna
you
be
ask
when it
for.
starts out. Oh, now you're fucking with something. Holy hell. Oh, goodness gracious. Welcome to Bourbon and Badges, the podcast, Season 7, Episode 4. Slow Ride, Dobie Dog, Hound Dog, and the Rodinator here. And, guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're already a little bit in the wind right now. Let me give you the lay of the land, folks. We got Slow Ride, who's currently drinking creamy substance. He'll talk about it a little bit later, and also
not about what we talked about on the pre-podcast meeting.
He's eating what appears to be a concoction of gummy bears and bourbon. So he'll talk about that in a minute. Dobie Dog just popped in. He's fresh. Hound Dog, his usual self, looking good. And Rodinator's off the sauce because I'm on some drugs because I had some surgery. So we're all kind of mixed bag of shit right now. So we'll see how this. A lot of different personalities might come out tonight. But so here we are, guys. Everybody doing okay?
Good. Yeah, man. So let's hear about that surgery. Is it too many one-arm curls? Is what it was from?
No, it was me being stupid. It was a tricep tendon tear. Anybody knows that? It's the muscle in the back of your arm that's used for pushing things away, like bench pressing and stuff. And so I had to get that fixed. I have to realize I'm getting older, and I got to lay off some of the weight and just be smart. So
it was the weight you're doing, not the repetition, the amount of weight.
Yep, I came down and was going back up with a new maximum weight, and the guy who was spotting me had earphones on with his music on and heard the pop over his music. And the weight just dropped.
Just hearing that hurts.
It was nasty sounding. So got that fixed Monday, so I'm good to go. I'm on my way to... See ya, Hound Dog. For anybody who's not here, Hound Dog just popped off the screen. He might be having some satellite difficulties.
Hound Dog has been having internet issues.
Yeah. Well, that snow at the beach has got them all screwed up.
Yeah, that would screw up the beach real bad. But,
I think the quality of the show just went up.
It did again. It makes our faces look bigger, so I'm good with it. So anyway, guys, listen, some of the things we're going to talk about today, guys. A lot of things going on in the news with the new president and stuff. One is the National Guard's now at the border. We're going to talk about that later. They've been deputized, so they now have arrest powers. So Trump's not messing around. He wants to stop the flow, and he wants
to po and camos.
Yeah, he's doing good things. Another thing we're going to talk about is we are going to open Guantanamo Bay up for the worst of the worst illegal immigrants that need to be deported. So maybe some of these gang members and these whatever the hell they are, the Venezuelan gangs and all that, and MS-13, a lot of them, before they get deported, if we can't get them to where they need to go right away, they're going to go to Guantanamo Bay. And apparently Kristi Noem, our new lady down there, is going to make sure that due process is given to them as if in the United States, even though they're in Cuba. So we'll talk about that. Trump had a kill this week, guys. If you didn't know, a Somalian ISIS leader was hiding out in some cave complex, and Trump decided to shut that son of a bitch down. I know probably no one's heard of it, but he did. And his message is basically, we will find you and we will kill you. So I'm all about it.
and then he's keeping his promises.
And he's promises made, promises kept. Yeah. There's some guy taking a dirt nap in Somalia buried in a cave. Then the last thing is, too, these brave ICE agents, guys, going door to door, trying to enforce these laws, are now getting death threats at their homes, over the internet, and different things like that. So we'll talk a little bit about the danger they're in now and why it would be so much easier for these Democrat cities and stuff when you lock somebody up who's an illegal immigrant, just call ICE so they could take them into custody peacefully. Nobody gets hurt, the officer, the immigrant, or anybody else, and we deport them instead of having to go back out and locking them up when you don't know if there's going to be gunfights and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that too.
All right, good deal.
Good with that? All right, Hound Dog's still not back, but we'll start with the bourbons. Slow, let everybody know what you're drinking. People on the listening side, it looks almost like a Bailey's type of substance.
It's really
Irish
good.
Cream.
That's being nice, Rod.
Yeah, that is being nice. It looks like a glass of semen, actually, folks, is what we're trying to get out here. I didn't want to say it, but let me just say it. It looks like a glass of milky semen, but we know it's not because Slow doesn't roll that way, do you, Slow?
if it tastes like this, I might change. I may change teams.
He hesitated. He hesitated, Dopey Dog. I'm worried about
Well,
it.
no,
He a little slow on the slow.
Hound Dog just texted and said he's having internet issues, which kicked him off. He's working on it, so he may be back.
Actually,
But yeah, what it
he
is
said was got booted off. Internet is fucking up again.
Slow cleaned it up. But go ahead, Slow. What are you drinking?
A buddy of mine, he's teaching me to make moonshine.
Right.
Actually made banana cream moonshine.
Oh, banana cream. Okay, that's why.
It's about 100 proof.
Did
And
Mason
it was full before the pre-podcast meeting.
Oh yeah, no, you drank half of that son of a bitch. That's a mason jar he's drinking, and it's going back good. Now listen, the thing I want to know about that, you said it tastes good, and it's all that because, it's sugared up. I get it, but what is in the other Tupperware bowl that you're eating with a fucking spoon?
Well, let me come in this first. This is it's really banana. It's really creamy, but on the back end, you can get the proof of the moonshine on the back end. You get a little moonshine kick.
Got a little bite.
Yeah. Now, this past 4th of July, a buddy of mine came. That has a vacation home up here. Mm-hmm. Kevin, he came up and he introduced me to gummy bear soaked in 100 proof moonshine. Now, this concoction has been sitting for about 2 months in the refrigerator. And what I do, I was going there and stir from time to time. It's now a jelly, where the moonshine is melting the gummy bears.
I have one question. Is Slow going to make it to the show?
And let me tell you, this 100 proof. Look at that. Look at that.
Folks, so on the listening side, he held up a Tupperware bowl that had glowing orange gummy bears in it with 100 proof moonshine, them soaking 100 proof moonshine.
They're freaking excellent.
They're actually disintegrating a little bit in there, and they're kind of turning into a sloppy, like a I don't know, like a
almost
gravy.
like a jelly.
Like a jelly, like a jelly, and it looks really good.
Saying that, I need a spoon instead of a fork to eat them.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I had an experience with that banana cream moonshine. It whooped my ass.
Well, holding this up, and I'm sorry, I should have known it. On the listening side, I'm holding up it's a
mason jar.
Yeah, it's a pint. Smaller mason jar, and it's about half gone from the pre-podcast meeting.
So
guys,
some of that.
I'm not going to rate it because it's excellent. I would drink it again, but it's not a bourbon, not a whiskey, so we're not going to rate it on the show.
Yeah, so I had some of that banana cream moonshine one time. I had the jar and I started watching a football game. I opened up at the beginning of the football game. Next thing I know, it's the fourth quarter.
No shit.
I was like, "Ooh!" That hit me.
The problem with what Slow's drinking is it's so damn good. You don't want to put it down.
Oh yeah, it's smooth.
It's easy. Yeah,
it's easy to drink. Yeah.
Tom said use his first name. Oh yeah, Tom said don't use his name. But he said, use my first name. But man, he has got this moonshine stuff up here in the mountains down pat.
Nice.
Cool.
Hey, Hound Dog, you good, brother?
Yeah, maybe for now.
Okay, cool. We're just talking about Slow's concoction and the gummy bear slop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man.
And we're like, he's going to be lit.
We're just wondering if he's going to make it through the whole show.
Yeah, because he's really two-fisting.
Yeah, by the end of the show, I'll be TWI, talking while impaired.
Yeah, one fisting and
Slurred
one spooning.
while
He's
impaired.
spooning. What do you got, Dobie Dog? What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking some Four Roses small batch.
Four Roses.
Oh,
okay,
nice.
I had that. in a
Four
while.
Roses.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Solid. I mean, what can you say about it? It's kind of, I looked at some of the notes and stuff, and it's kind of funny because some of the stuff is like the nose, light brown sugar, cilantro,
Cilantro. Wait, make a pizza?
raspberry, and cheesecake.
Oh.
Cheesecake.
Pizza flavored bourbon. We might be onto something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's solid. It's solid. I mean, it's Four Roses. You can't go wrong.
That's
with it.
why I'll never be a person that describes a drink.
But there's no wrong answer.
Detect
You
cilantro
can-
in that shit. But if you don't say the right thing, you could really screw people around. But I don't know.
Hey, a little side note. Do you guys? Now I know Hound Dog knows, but do the other two guys know where the Four Roses got its name?
I do not.
Guy by the name of Jones owned a distillery back in the 1800s. Can't remember the name of the distillery at the time, but he had asked this girl to marry him. And there's a ball coming up. She says, "I'm wearing flowers at the ball. That means yes." She showed up wearing Four Roses. They got married. He changed the name to the distillery to Four Roses.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that
Something
sweet?
for the ladies.
Isn't that sweet?
That's a nice stuff. How
It is sweet.
About to throw up. All right, go on. Hey, Hound
I did find it.
Dog, what are you drinking?
I am drinking good old Benchmark Small Batch.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I like it a lot. It's of course, everybody knows it's Buffalo Trace product, but it's good.
Yeah, you can't get wrong with
You've had
Benchmark,
that before.
period.
You've done that before.
Not this particular one. I've done regular Benchmark, but I have not had Benchmark Small Batch
okay.
on the show.
Oh, I got you.
On the upside, I have found a regular place to buy Buffalo Trace.
Good for you.
Consistent. Get it every
ABC
week.
store?
It's called Liquor Express. Now, I think the guy from India maybe ups their prices a little bit, but he has it every time I go in there. So you want two? Sure.
What's the price? What's the price on
if
it?
it's in demand.
60.
Yeah, he doubled it.
Oh, yeah,
he doubled it.
Because see, he Eagles Rare Buffalo Trace is allocated, so they get every liquor store gets a certain amount.
Double D for $60 a bottle. You're getting a good bottle of whiskey and sex at the same time.
Because I'm getting fucked.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Hey,
Well, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm alcohol free today because I'm all medicated up because of my the old surgery on the old arm. So I'm going to be the sober one today. Imagine that shit. Jesus. What
You're the
world coming
designated
to?
talker.
Designated talker. That's right. All right, guys. You want to jump into this stuff? Get going.
Yeah, man.
Hey, let's start with a lot of this is going to be about the border, and we're not getting political here. This has a lot to do with law enforcement because, the law has got to be enforced at the border. And what they did was, this first story, Texas National Guard has been granted the authority to make immigration arrests. In other words, deputized. And the way they do this, guys, they have a memorandum of understanding. It's called an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. And they basically get deputized so they can, when they're on patrol, they can make arrests for coming across the border illegally and so forth and enforce the laws just like everybody else. So you don't have to you don't have to have a law enforcement officer with every National Guardsman.
Yeah.
You're basically doubling your, whatever.
What if
numbers
it's
are.
limited authority, though? That, everything pertaining to the border. I guess they can't go out and just run a DWI charge or something.
No. This is all about border and only the border. Coming across illegally, where's your papers, stuff like that.
Limited authority.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they take them back, you know how you used to do, guys? You used to have the arrests. You used to go out and do a prostitution reversal, or you used to go do a drug. When you get your people, you bring them back right to the van.
Right.
Well, we had a van where you process them, and then everything gets hashed out there. So a National Guard guy might bring them back and say, "Hey, I'm not sure what this is, but he was doing this. Oh, okay, that's a border crossing violation, or this is that." I'm sure it'll get hatched out, but they have the powers to arrest and detain and bring them back. So, Trump's not messing around, guys. So he sent a bunch to Texas, and he said about 500 to California. I don't know how that's going to work out because the state of California is not being real cooperative. No. But Texas, of course, they've been going through this shit for a while, and they're just ready to do it.
They're done with it. They were done with all that bullshit.
Well, I'll tell you, like Trump or not, he is keeping his promises.
He
He said, if you let me, I'm going to do A, B, C, and D. And he's actually doing them. Like it or not, right or wrong, he's keeping his promises.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said he was going to do, he's doing. And not only that, but what he said he was going to do, we voted for. Whoever voted for Trump voted for him to do those things, and now he's doing them. So why is everybody shocked?
I don't get that either, man. If the guy says, I'm going to do this, and you know what it is? He was probably one of the only politicians that actually did what he said he was going to do.
What he said he was going to do. Yeah.
Well, you know why? Because he's not a politician.
True, he's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
That's true. Correct. You cut him in half. He's all real estate, developer. Yeah. He's not a politician. He's just got a dose of it, and he's just trying to do it. It's like a secondary employment job. We're really cops, right? Right now, I'm working off duty at Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even an off-duty job because he's not taking pay for it. He's donating his $400,000.
President that his net worth has gone down.
Yeah.
Kind of like us when we started this podcast.
and our popularity goes down. Everything goes down.
But it's the gummies. It's the gummies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If it's not, it's going to be.
Oh, yeah. And let me tell you something, folks. You don't know, but every time Slow's not, he's taking a spoonful of gummies here quite on the regular. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, I was happy to see that, guys, just because, again, promises made, promises kept, man. It's just great because, the three top things were the economy, the border, and security and crime. Those were the three main things, and he's handling that border is a big deal with the crime, guys, because of the fentanyl, not just illegal immigration, the fentanyl, the gangs, everything that comes along with that is crazy. So I was real happy to see that. And tell you what, man, you start throwing some guys down there with the I don't know what rifles, the M16s or whatever, and the fucking, you see some military guys with some. It goes way down.
Right.
And people don't realize how much dope comes in through Mexico. Because,
Oh yeah,
my
man,
God.
it's like
Because
interstate of dope.
Because right before the pandemic hit, the pandemic changed it for a while, but you was always seeing each year to year, you kept seeing an increase in these little small meth labs, the little small mom and pops, one pot where people were making the methamphetamine in their house,
Right.
and you start seeing it decline. And it was because they could get the Mexican meth cheaper and more abundantly. But then COVID hit, everybody staying at home. The little one pots, which just people make it on their own, went through the roof because everybody stayed at home to make it on the meth. After COVID goes away, Mexican meth starts jumping back up.
It's interesting.
Huh. Nice.
That's a good analogy there, Double D.
Yeah, good job, Doug.
Way to add in,
I
dude.
do once in a while, even on my little what you call it, little video.
Yeah, video. You did a good job on the video today.
Oh yeah, video did look good. I like the pup. Your pup too, man.
Yeah.
Which is that your dog? That's your dog, right?
You sound like you knew what you was talking about, Dobie.
I mean, hound dog. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss you like that.
Oh,
If everybody's wondering, Dobie Dog posted a Facebook video with him and his puppy. What's your dog's name?
Tank.
Tank. Yeah, he did
Very
a little
fitting.
short.
Very fitting.
Yeah, because it was a tank. I did a little short for Bourbon and Badges on Facebook, so you should check it out on the Bourbon and Badges
He's a
site.
little
on
85-pound sable shepherd.
Yeah, hell yeah, he looked like a good pup. But yeah, so I'm happy, dude, that things are just getting straightened out. I wake up every morning, and I know you guys might think it's weird, but I wake up every morning going, I just thank God still, even though it's 2 weeks now, that he's president.
Yeah.
And it's not Kamala. My life would be so terrible right now, thinking, it'd be too terrible.
The
But anyway,
thing about it is what I really like about it, he's doing what he said, but he ain't wasting any damn time.
no, he hadn't.
no time.
None.
He has
No
not.
time. No time. Even though they're trying to slow walk his nominations through Congress, but yeah, he's not wasting any time for anything, man.
What's the guy's
Executive
Patel,
orders, and they're already
FBI director?
Yeah, they're already suing the hell out of him. Yeah, Cash Patel's going to be good.
He is.
He's going to
Yeah,
get
he's
through.
good.
Yeah.
He'll get through. Yeah, he'll get through.
Hey,
All right.
I
wanted to go to the next one.
hey,
is-
along the same lines, did y'all happen to see that video where Dr. Phil's out with the ICE agents, deporting people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What in the hell has Dr. Phil got to do with any damn thing like that?
Well, no, you got to realize he is a very conservative man.
He
though.
is, but he's a fucking
Take some guts, too, because you know who brought him up? Oprah.
yeah, he did. Yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
You know,
You're right.
You know
You're
Oprah ain't happy with him now because he's full support of Donald Trump.
And what I like about him,
Go ahead.
go ahead. He's asking these illegal aliens things, and he looks at them like when they give the answer like bullshit, and you see his face like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like the
it's-
fact that he's in that Hollywood. He's got his own show, right?
Yeah.
And he's not playing to any crowds. If somebody doesn't like it, they don't have to watch my show. But he's using his common sense. He's using logic, and this is what we need. The board is a mess.
It
you know?
is a mess, but
He's
I
not-
have an issue
Yeah.
with the damn celebrity like that going out with ICE agents to do their damn job. I mean, he just does his damn Dr. Phil thing. I just think it's bullshit, to be honest.
Oh, I get that, but you got to think too, Hound Dog. Let me play devil's advocate for you, though. It brings a lot of light on what they
Yes.
do.
It puts
and
in the public's
highlights
eye.
what
Yeah,
they
but-
do.
You got eyes.
And when you have an advocate like Dr. Phil, it could change some minds on the other side of the fence that usually just say ICE agents suck, or they suck, or they shouldn't be messing with those people. Maybe Dr. Phil can change some minds with that. And I'm not saying I agree with you. He's a civilian. He has no business being anywhere near the actual crossfire. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Actual
Yeah,
thing.
that's
But, you know,
my
being on
issue with it.
Yeah, no, I get that too. Because we used to have people do ride. You guys back in the day, you guys have ride-alongs?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Did you guys
do.
ever have to do
Yeah.
them? I couldn't
I
stand
couldn't
those
either.
ride-alongs.
Didn't like it at all.
Depending upon who it was too, because I mean sometimes you get somebody and you know they're riding along with you, not for a good reason. You know, like a news reporter or
City
somebody
council.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
City
yeah.
council.
City council. Yep. I had. Oh, you know what, guys? I had a reverend ride with me. Oh, that was the roughest time because I couldn't do shit. I couldn't curse. I couldn't.
That may have been on
damn
point though
thing.
by your supervision.
Oh,
Yeah, put
man,
him in the
yeah.
ride.
Yeah, it was Reverend. I don't think he minded me calling him. It was Reverend Brassfield, and he he's probably 75, 80 years old, and I had to drive real careful because I was worried about him. I had to talk real nice and just be real. Oh, so difficult.
Well,
You know, that night I ran into some of the regular characters who, you know, I normally wouldn't be so. You know, I was just like, oh my god.
It was like,
It's like I had a guardian angel on my shoulder. Like
You're like,
"Watch
yeah,
what you
gosh
say."
darn it, fella.
Gosh darn it, you. What-
and the bad guys be saying, Farley, what's wrong with you?
Everything okay at the house? You okay?
I think Farley's been got
do
hit
you
in the
need
head
to
or
talk?
something. Yeah. He didn't take me to jail tonight. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
shit.
on.
Well, we need to go into the house. Something's wrong.
Yeah. Usually
you
he gets
go
me an ass
around with
kick
him
and
more
takes me to
often.
jail. What the fuck's the matter with him?
Like, can he ride with
yeah.
you more often?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think sometimes the sergeant would put people with me just to, just to mess with me.
Now, but generally with us at Gastonia, you could choose to have somebody ride or not.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't put, they come to you first, say, hey, Hound Dog, you mind if JoJo rides with you
No.
tonight?
Right.
That's all my answer.
And also, like, but we used to try to put, at least when I was a sergeant, I would put them with people who I could trust.
Oh, yeah,
With
they're
them.
not going to shout us a bad light.
Make the department look good, keep them safe.
How did you do that?
What's that?
How did you get picked?
I don't know. It wasn't me picking. I didn't pick me.
I tell you, along those
I wouldn't pick me
lines,
for shit.
I wouldn't pick me for nothing either.
we had 3 newspaper reporters riding with us one night with street crimes. Street crimes, what we do is you'll answer calls. We just hit all the high crime areas, try to get the street little dope dealers, that sort of thing.
Right.
We're chasing this one bad guy all over the place, and I holler, shoot him, shoot him. Of course, somebody's trying to get the bad guy to stop.
Right.
I told the reporter afterwards, it does one of 2 things, speeds him up or stops him.
Right.
Because the reporter asked me, he said, would you really have shot him? I said, no, man, and please don't print that. He says, don't worry, I won't. And he did. He done all. He wrote some really nice things on him.
Yeah. Well, and that's what people don't understand too. Language, like you said, stop! I'm going to shoot you! I'll shoot you! We're not really going to shoot him,
No,
Right.
but you
hope
say it
show
because
them.
hopefully it'll get him to stop. Because
Well, I may had had this that night.
Oh, if you had those gummy bear concoctions,
You would have showed up for work.
I might have shot the reporter.
Oh, you might have caught him and threw up
You
on
might
him.
have shot your damn self.
Yeah. No, you would have caught him and then thrown up because you were so. You grew up all orange gummy bourbon all over.
Oh,
his
can you
ass.
imagine what that's going to look like in about 3 hours from now?
Oh, that's going to be terrible. Yeah. Going in, it's good. Coming back out, it's going to be terrible.
Either way, you're going to taste it both ways, just taste differently.
Exactly. Yeah. But that, like I was saying, the other thing is too, like when you have somebody riding with you, and if you have an encounter where you have to use some colorful language, they're shocked, and you're like, listen, we use that because that's the language they understand.
They
That's the
understand.
language. Yeah, you heard them talking to me the same way I talk to them. It's almost like speaking Spanish to a person who speaks Spanish. You know what I mean?
It's like,
you're speaking the language.
Oh, you're right.
I had a track one night with the dog. We got the dog out, and it wasn't going right, and it was getting all jacked up. And I was like, motherfucker. And the chaplain said, everybody, he's like, it's cool. I get it.
Yeah. The Reverend had a hell of a night that night. I got into a mini chase with him too, and at first I didn't realize, and I looked over. It was one of those chases, guys, where not really on the record. You're kind of just beginning to see if you really want to do
You were
this.
following.
It was like a ghost chase,
Right.
And his nails were in the door, and his other hand was holding my computer, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, oh. So I slowed down and 22'd it, and I went. Oh. He goes, you kind of made me a little nervous there. I saw that. I'm sorry. I forgot you were there for a second. Because, you automatically just go, son of a bitch. You whip the wheel and you kick it, you're like,
Yeah,
you
he's
mother,
thinking.
you start talking to yourself.
He's thinking, if I wasn't religious, I am now.
Exactly right. So anyway,
That's funny.
Reverend, that was great. He was a good dude, man. Yeah. But anyway.
Yep.
All right, guys, moving on. So did you hear they might be using, remember Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cuba.
Yep.
Remember how we used to use that for the 9/11, the terror? It was like a terrorist detention
You
center.
can't handle the truth.
That's exactly
That
right.
scared me, Hound Dog.
Yeah, I thought that was a button you pushed. That was
Yeah.
Hound Dog.
I even licked my buttons.
You did it well.
Thank you.
So they're going to open up Guantanamo Bay. Well, it's still open because it still has about
Yeah.
15 of those
Terrorist.
9/11 guys. But now you do know capacity there, guys, is like 30,000.
Really?
Yeah, 30,000.
I'll say fill it up.
Yeah, what they're thinking about doing is, what they're going to do, because Trump does what he says he's going to do, is he's going to use it to house the worst of the worst illegal immigrants that we're deporting if we have trouble getting them back to their countries.
Oh. Nice.
So he's going to get them the hell out of this country, and they're going to stay in Cuba until our country either takes them back or whatever. So the Homeland Secretary too, Kristi Noem.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we know who Kristi Noem is. Yeah. So I'm a fan. She's been riding, and again, it might not be into it, hound dog, but she's been with them on the border.
I've seen it.
She's been running around down there a little bit. I have no problem with it. Again, she's in charge. She needs to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to take an interest, like be there, not just be on the microphone in South Dakota.
Right.
Oh yeah, so we're doing this. She's there on boots on the ground. So I think that's
I saw
cool.
her in New York City with boots on the ground.
Yeah. Yep. She was there too doing doing the takedowns in
Yep.
New York. Yeah. So so Guantanamo Bay guys, what do you think about that, man? I think
Fill that fucker up.
Why bugger up our prisons and our stuff,
Exactly.
right? And
Now,
use Guantanamo.
Mm-hmm.
what's it actually going to be used for? Is this a station area or is it going to be a destination?
It's nothing permanent. It's just a stopping point
It's a
to get them
housing
from out of here before they go to wherever they're heading. So in other words, like if they're having trouble,
Purgatory.
yeah, kind of like just like a stop off. Like when you're heading to New York, but you have a stop in Philly. You just stop in there
Yeah.
for a little bit.
We'll
Yeah, no,
stop
that's
over.
not a very not Philly. Yeah. But I thought it was a great idea.
I think it is.
Just because it's a facility, it's it keeps Guantanamo open because they wanted to close Guantanamo. I think Guantanamo is a good
I think
place.
it is too.
Just to have,
Well, why give that ground up?
Right, it's a base in Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. So we have a footprint in Cuba. Number two, it can get some of the worst people we have in our place and get them the hell out of the country. 90 miles away is better than
And if they worst case scenario they were to get out for some reason, well, they weren't supposed to. Where are they going to go? They're not going to be on our soil. They're not
Yeah.
going to be in Florida or Georgia.
Right, they're on a
Right,
fucking
yeah.
island. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. Yeah. So I thought that's a good idea, and it might improve ties with Cuba too. Who the hell knows? Because Cuba now under Biden, Cuba was made friendly again. I forget the words I'm trying to use here, but now Trump's making them. What am I looking for? Hound dog? You look like you're thinking
I'm
about
thinking
it.
about it.
Yeah, almost where Biden made it where they're just another country you can go visit and vacation.
No, it didn't.
And when Trump was in office, it was like, nope, they're not a friendly country. They're
Yeah.
I think didn't Obama do that?
Yes, he did too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I forget what I'm trying to say, guys. I just can't get
Yeah.
the words. But anyway, so Guantanamo Bay will be used as part of this process of getting these people out of the country. And I think the last I heard, guys, we were in several thousand. I mean, Trump's been in office, 10 days now?
Yeah.
11, 12 days? I mean, what was it? Monday will be 2 weeks or something, right? So, I mean, thousands of these guys have been locked up already. And a lot of them, some bad dudes. So
Yeah.
he's
Doing a good job.
Promises kept.
Here's my point on all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, since Trump's come in office, we've locked all these illegal immigrants, criminals, gangbangers, dopers, all the stuff. We locked them all up. So that means it didn't take them long to lock them up, right?
Right.
It's like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's
that
got the
means-
worst of the worst so far.
Right, but that means they were sitting on them because their hands were tied because nobody would let them.
Right. Exactly.
That's the thing. They knew, but they just couldn't do it.
Can you imagine how frustrating that would be?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. So it means just shows you how much the old administration was tying their hands.
Oh yeah, no. The old administration knows where everybody is. See, you guys know too. Like for instance, the census. This is getting a little bit off track, but it's kind of tied in. The census, which counts how many people live
United States.
wherever
yeah.
it is, right? Right. So like all these illegal immigrants get counted on the census. You guys realize that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Which I don't
agree with it either.
Okay, because they're not citizens. But the reason they do, the argument, the reason they do is because they buy groceries here, they go to our schools and stuff like that. So that's why they should be counted because they're part of the tax base. Is what they're. It's just a whole back and forth bullshit. But the problem is when you have a bunch of illegal immigrants going into California, when the census numbers go up, their delegates that represent them in government go up, which means more votes
Right.
in the House. So you have more Democrats voting in the House because there's more people because they count illegal immigrants. That's why a lot of people said, well, when the illegals are let in, the reason the Democrats are doing that is they want a new voting base. Yes and no, because you never know. Illegals are very religious, so sometimes they're not going to vote for Democrats because of the abortion issue and stuff. But what does happen is if they're in a state that is run by Democrats, they get more delegates. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. That's why they don't. That's why Republicans don't want them counted on the census. Democrats do, and that's why we want to deport them out of here, and Democrats don't. That's my belief anyway. That's Rodintaor's belief anyway. So there's a lot of reasons besides crime why I think illegal immigrants.
Do you think that's one of the reasons behind sanctuary cities to get them in those cities?
Yes,
Get them out?
absolutely.
Damn right.
Absolutely.
Damn right.
Yeah, but you see, the sanctuary cities that are doing it are already Democrats, so it's not like a big deal. New York, Chicago, L.A. So they're already blue, so to speak. But
Yeah, but they're bringing those head counts up to increase
Yep.
the.
Yeah.
delegates. Yep. I think it's 100%. So
Right.
and so I'm just really happy this is all happening. And he's not going to be able to get all 10, 11, 15 million out in 4 years, but at least it's going in the right direction. And and the other thing I want to say, guys, is that at one point the numbers were 11,000 or more encounters a month, and January, the month of January was 584.
So here's the thing.
It went
too.
from 11,000. It went from like 11,000 something down to 584 encounters.
Good.
That's
Here's
how
another-
low it's dropped.
Here's another
Good.
thing to go along with that. It puts in the mindset of those who are trying to come in, kind of gives them a little, makes them think about it a little more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I was trying to relay just then, Dobie Dog. The people coming here have stopped. They're already stopping coming here. And also Mexico's building some migrant camps right along the border to house these people now because Remain in Mexico policy is back in effect.
Yeah,
They're
and it's
not
on
coming
Mexico for allowing them into their country.
Just they allow them to come straight through. They even let them get on trains. You saw the
here's
big
the thing.
rail cars taking them.
Here's the thing. This thing that Trump is implementing, and I'm trying to get the political part of it, but this.
We're way too late for that in this podcast.
Way into it.
So,
Hey, Slow's eating gummy bears.
Hey,
He don't give
we
a
like it when Slow eats gummy bears.
That's why I'm eating gummy bears.
to tolerate us.
this whole. I saw a video the other day, and it was a girl, and she was in Mexico, I think, but she had immigrated to Australia, and she was evidently pretty conservative. And she says now that she can speak her mind more freely, she said what the United States is doing is not anything different than some of these other countries are doing.
Now, you said Australia?
Yeah, Australia. She said and she was going through the process. She had to go through. She had to get insurance. She had to get a doctor's. So she's healthy. She had to get her own private insurance, own private doctor for a 3-month visa or 3 year. Then she had to go renew it. She says all they're doing is taking care of their own people first, and there's no different in what Australia's doing, Mexico's doing.
Everybody.
Yeah, then
Well, I'll tell you
we're
now-
not doing anything different than has been done for quite a while from other countries. And
Speaking
she-
of
she was an
Australia,
Yeah.
Sky News is Australian news. And you need to tune in. You can find them on YouTube. And they're making so much fun of us and lefties. They even have a thing called Lefties Losing It. It's so hilarious. But yeah,
this
for
girl
the
was-
longest time they made so much fun of the United States because of the Biden administration.
And this girl was, I got the impression she was probably LGBTQ, which was fine. But she wasn't going to Australia because I hate the United States. That was never her spiel. She said, I went to Australia, I liked it, I stayed. And her whole point was other countries have been taking care of their own first for quite a while. And there's no difference in that than what we're doing. No difference in what we're doing than what other countries are doing.
Well, I think, and I'm assuming it's still the same. It used to be if you want to apply for a visa to go to live in Australia, you got to provide a means of work.
Yeah,
you have to have
absolutely.
some trade.
They don't want sundown freeloader coming over there.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to have a trade that you can bring with
Absolutely.
you.
Right.
That's what, guys. That's what we do every year. We let 1 million immigrants into the country, guys.
Yeah.
And that
But they're
was another thing she
vetted.
brought
But they're
up. She had
vetted
to
and they're tested.
Provide a
Yeah.
proof that she was working.
Yeah, but they're vetted. They're tested. They have to take a test. Well, when I say a test is on America, like who's the president of the United States? How's it? How America works. So the people will assimilate into our culture. I've said it before, guys. Like if we want to move to Italy or we want to move to Australia, it's because if I'm moving to Italy, I want to take on Italy's customs probably because I like the country,
Right.
right? Like their food, their cuisine, their shows, their entertainment. Like, I want to learn their language. I do. I don't want to speak English in Italy. I want to speak Italian.
You still trying to learn Southern, brother?
Exactly right.
You are making progress. You are making
Yeah,
progress.
could you imagine my accent speaking Italian, man? I get all the honeys, you know what I mean? But, probably not.
Or they think you as a monster.
They say, who's this Rocky Balboa guy trying to speak Italian? You know? Oh, hey, Adrian.
They say his name was an Italian mobster.
Yeah. But I'm just, like, you're supposed to want to, like, assimilate. And that's why when the people came back in the day, our ancestors, they came to America to be Americans.
Right.
They didn't come waving the Irish flag. No, they came wanting to wave the American flag. All these people coming from Mexico and all these other places are waving their own flags. Like, if you love your country so much, go to France.
Yeah, stay in it.
What the hell are you
Stay
doing?
in it.
What are you doing here?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but we're not doing anything different. And if a country doesn't have a border, it ain't a country. That's it, guys.
True.
Period.
Yeah.
It's just not a border.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. I got a good story that makes me feel good. I like it when Trump
I
kills
think it's the
terrorists.
OxyContin for your arms making you feel good.
It's making me feel real good.
Oh well,
I'm just- I'm
Rob.
picturing-
Before we go to that one, I got one thing
Yeah.
to add to this.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Did you guys see the bill that's introduced in Mississippi that is offering bounty hunters $1,000 to pick up illegal immigrants or illegal aliens and send them back to their country?
I did not see that.
$1,000. Yeah, you just Google.
Per head?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys. I'm bringing
Road
gummy
trip.
bears. I'll pick you up on the way.
Have the gummy bears
Yeah.
ready.
We're road trip, boys.
Yeah, this is
Pickup
this is
truck.
actually a real deal in Mississippi right now. It said the headline said Mississippi could pay bounty hunters rewarded finding illegal immigrants, and I looked into it. It's $1,000 a head.
And I'm interested. So I find an illegal immigrant. I hook them up, and where do I bring them? To the jail?
Somewhere like maybe the ICE headquarters or something in Mississippi or something like that.
There's got to be
Alabama.
something.
Yeah, there's
I
gotta
can't
be-
put
Alabama
them on a
line.
plane.
Drop them off.
Drop off.
This Double D's problem.
Yeah, go see Dobie. He'll kill it.
Yeah, this Dobie's problem after that.
We used to do that, in Charlotte. We used to drive them to the line,
yeah.
giving you Gaston County.
Oh, we did
boys.
the same thing. Took them right back to Charlotte.
But
anyway,
over
that's
in the
great.
county.
But anyway, it's very, very, very controversial that they're trying to pass this bill. So we have to, I'll try to keep an eye on it and see what
Let
happens.
please do.
me know. I can give
and
up
if you could-
retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I could use some extra money. And if you could find out what the details
Yeah.
are, like, are they actually allowed to put hands
I'll-
on, cuff these fuckers up, and take them, and stuff like that?
I'll have all that on
Yeah,
the
that'd
next
be
podcast. How's that sound?
Sweet. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I'm
please keep
actually
me in the
looking
loop on that.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Heck yeah, bounty hunters, man. Whew.
I'm a bounty hunter.
could get out of
Well,
hand.
y'all four of
That
us
could
could be
get-
bounty hunters.
Hell yeah, but that could get out of hand quick if you got
Oh, yeah.
people bounty hunting.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Slow's got to lay off the gummies.
yeah. They probably would frown on gummies.
Probably
the gummy
so.
I don't
cereal.
know. That we could maybe a big trap, put gummies underneath it, like a little pigeon trap or something. The good
With a
gummies would
box?
pull the
With the
would pull
box that
thing.
comes down,
Yeah.
they hit the stick.
Maybe we catch them
and
that way.
They're floundering under the
Like
box.
the old
Yeah.
Elmer Fudd trying to catch Bugs Bunny.
Gummies and tequila.
Very quiet. I'm hunting wabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm pretty sure you can soak these things in anything you want to, but man, it's, the moonshine thing seems to be working.
I bet it is.
I bet it is. What? Yeah, moonshine and anything seems to work real well.
I'm
You can
telling
put
you.
banana in there.
I don't
Sliced
mind telling
bananas
you.
in there. There ain't no
The
fucking
side note, we don't support drinking and driving at all. Everybody's at home where they need to be, not going anywhere. But I have got a little buzz off these friggin' gummies.
So that's why you're so much more interesting tonight.
so much more likable. Yeah, he's not dick producer tonight.
He's not the dick. He's not the
we
typical
like him.
dickhead he usually is.
See, the thing about it is, I'll be editing this in a sober state, thinking, why not? What the hell was all
Where
that?
did that come from? I don't remember saying that.
All right, go ahead, Rod.
All
Sorry
right.
about that, man. I just want to bring
That's
that up.
all right, man. My feel-good story of the night is this one.
Well, shit.
So I'm not sure everybody heard about this story. So you know how Trump, back in his first term, was big on seeking out and finding the people who actually hurt America, kill Americans,
Right.
soldiers, and so forth. General Soleimani comes to mind. That's the general, the Iranian general, who was responsible for a lot of terrorist acts that killed a lot of American soldiers, Israeli soldiers. innocent
Yeah.
people. And if you remember right, guys, Trump actually gave the order to go ahead and find him and take his ass out. And what they did was they actually found his itinerary. They kind of knew where he was, and he was getting off a plane and got into a limo in Iran. Oh, no, in another country, I think. I forget the details exactly. But we droned his ass and killed him, and it was a big deal. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah.
But I just found this in my news feed, and you know what the problem is? I never see this unless I look at the right news, because they don't want to tell people these stories. And this was his promise. He said he was going to go after America's enemies and eliminate them. That's it. Like, he's not gonna put up with the Houthis attacking American ships in the Gulf. He's not gonna put up with the Iranian terrorists, hurting our soldiers in Syria. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna put up with it. So he just yesterday we found a ISIS leader in Somalia, in a cave complex. You know how they go underground? They have these big elaborate cave complexes. Well, apparently they found him, and Trump was given intel on, we know where this guy is. And, in fact, they've known where he is, and they've known about him, and they got this information passed to him from the Biden administration. So Biden knew where this guy was, too, and where he was hanging out in this cave complex.
But he wouldn't do anything about it.
Well, he didn't do anything about it. Well, they keep it's hurry up and wait. Okay, we got the intel. No, don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet. Well, Trump got the intel, and, we just destroyed and blew the hell out of the cave complex and killed him. So,
nice.
My story is, So Sebastian Gorka is the deputy assistant to the president of counterterrorism, and he just told us how a top Islamic State terrorist in northern Somalia was just taken out by our forces. It was in a cave complex, and basically Trump's message to the world was. And this is in quotes on the top thing. We will find you and we will kill you. That's it. And I just think it's a great message. And he says, I want this to be known. I want to put out over the wire, and I want the terrorists to hear what's coming for them. And
today's technology is hard to hide.
Oh, it's hard to hide. You know what's the saddest thing is? So we've had the technology, and some people choose not to use it. Like if someone is killing our troops. Period. We should kill. If we're on the battlefield, we kill them. Why not just drone them? It's a lot easier. It's safer. No one gets hurt, right? So we took
usually
out
those are pinpoint accuracies hits as well. So you're not no lateral damage.
There was no collateral damage at all. It was a cave complex. Everybody in there was bad.
And you know, those
a couple of cavemen, maybe a dinosaur. That's it.
Yeah, a couple of lizards might have got fried up.
Yeah,
who knows?
You know those troops on the ground, the ones that are running those drones and making those strikes. They are eating that shit off.
It's a video game. You ever see it?
And they're thousands and thousands of miles away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're doing what they were finally trained and taught to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I watched a special on that very thing where, the drone attacks, the guys that operate the drones do not suffer from the battle fatigue things that the actual handing, the combat guys,
Sure.
What I'm saying, because it's detached.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not personal.
Yeah, it's no different than a sniper taking a mile shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Take the guy head blows up like a pumpkin, but you only see a little bit. It's not like you're right up on it. You could see, smell it, and taste it.
Right.
But they're getting ready to. They're scrubbing the reel. Of course, they filmed it all because the drones have everything on film. They're scrubbing it to make it so they can release it to the public. And Trump wants it released. He wants everybody to see what happens. He wants the world to see what happens to people, the enemies of America. That's it.
Yeah.
He says, you leave us alone, we leave you alone. You don't leave us
you don't have to
alone.
love us. You just don't screw with us.
You don't even have to like us, but don't fuck with us.
Matter of fact, we don't care if you like us or not.
Exactly right.
We kind of prefer that you don't.
Yeah, makes our job easier.
Yeah, except for our 13 subscribers. We love them.
Exactly
Might be down to 12 after tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they're working right now to convert the footage of the operation so they could show. And again, this all goes to his transparency in government. He wants. Hell, he was getting on a plane a minute ago before I got on the podcast, and he gave about 20 minutes of people asking him questions. He just answered questions about the tariffs and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
If you don't answer, don't ask the man.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because you're getting an answer.
Oh, he'll tell you. Yeah.
It might be a 30-minute long answer, but you're getting one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now some people would have a problem with this because they're like, oh, Trump's murdering people and stuff. He's not murdering people. This is a leader of a terrorist organization responsible for killing and murdering innocent people.
And what do we call that in law enforcement? A good killing.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. He's saving. How many lives did he save just by killing that one guy?
Thousands.
Thousands.
And the ripple effect from that. It's kind of like when you do a bigger, really good dope raid in one of these housing projects. The ripple effect from that, everybody's scared to death for 2 weeks.
True. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, like when we were in street crimes with Gaston, the gray shirts. You kick in the door, next thing you know, everybody's like, oh, the gray shirts were here. The gray shirts were here. So they're like, oh, shit. They kind of go inside and chill the fuck out.
Yep.
Same concept.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy he's doing it. I'm just so happy that we're no longer the laughing stock is slow is saying he heard from that those newscasters in Australia.
Yeah,
I'm so
Sky
tired
News,
of being
you
the
need to
butt
check
of
'em out.
jokes because our fucking president was a moron, and it was just think about all the goofy shit was going on for. I'm so relieved, guys. We're just back to being men are men and women are women, two genders.
Right.
I'm just so happy we're back to normal shit again.
It wasn't only that Biden was not. It wasn't only that he's a bad president. He had no clue.
Yeah, he didn't have any
and
clue.
the people around him were running everything, and we didn't vote for the people around him.
he was
We didn't vote
100%
for him
wrong.
either. But you
Kind
know,
of like me thinking I produced the show.
True.
y'all might won't try to make me think that.
when YouTube comes and shit hits the fan.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
the
you're the
producer.
man.
But until then, we're running shit here.
I'm the sacrifice guy.
Yeah, the inmates are running the prison in this motherfucker.
He's the one that gets thrown under the bus.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I had to take a class. When we got in YouTube jail, I had to take a class to get us
You
out
can
of it.
say it. Rod Nader put us in jail, and I had to take a class.
Yeah, I took the hit.
I know.
As,
you took it
as
for me,
any,
so I
as any
appreciate it.
good producer would do.
Yeah, it's like a big brother. You got to take the hit for me, bro.
It was like the night that your buddy had us. We had to drink every time you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Every time
yeah,
Rod
my
dropped
buddy.
the F-bomb.
Yeah, we were all pretty sassed by then. I think it was 16 or
Yeah,
17
it
drinks,
was.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing about it, too, is, the YouTube thing is that you can't talk about things you don't know about. Well, that's their whole show. Every podcast.
We just pontificate on shit we don't know. But it's fun.
It is fun.
We believe it. Does not count for something.
But anyway, so good stuff, guys. So we're reaching out and touching people, and it's a good thing.
Yep.
It's a good thing.
That is cool.
Last thing I had want to just touch base on, guys. We laugh a lot, and we're like, hey, secure the border, and these guys. It's a dangerous job, and they're starting to bring a lot of heat on themselves. When I say the ICE agents, because they're going all over the country.
I just had an
Chicago,
escapee,
New
by the way.
York. What's that?
I just had an escapee from my gummy bear bucket.
You had one escape?
Yeah,
Did you round him
crossed
up?
the border on me.
Call the ICE agents in. Man.
That's $1,000.
That's $1,000 gummy bear.
Yeah, really.
That bounty.
And I'm going to step on it. Forget about stepping on it when that podcast is
Oh, my
over.
God.
Track it through the house.
Oh, man. What's this podcast been we've been irrelevant now to gummy bears and bourbon.
And Trump. What else do we
jump on the
need?
wall. I know, right?
Guys, I hate to keep talking about, man, those gummy bears are excellent. Been soaking about 2 months.
You keep saying that. They must.
You
be
got to try them. I tell you, if and our listeners and our viewers, try it, man. You get sort of flavors. You put them in there and you soak them in there, and every so often I tell you to refrigerator, just stir them.
So what are you soaking them in?
100 proof alcohol, moonshine.
Blah blah blah.
I think this is Old Smoky. It might be Sugarland. I don't know. It was 100% just regular moonshine, no flavored moonshine. You get the flavors from the gummy
I figured
bears.
it was Knobs Creek. Just a minute.
I would have guessed Knobs
Yeah, me
Creek.
too.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed. God Lord, hold that bowl up again. It like glows orange. It looks
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
for the
radioactive.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that shit.
For the lister sides of it, and seriously, it's almost what is it? Orange, a light orange, almost looks like
Oh,
Jello.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how they're
It's
starting
orange.
I think
Yeah, it's
we
orange
should
borderlining
always
to
on red
coagulate. Is that
almost.
right? Am I saying that right?
Coagulate. Yeah,
That's what I said. Yeah.
We'll go with it. Yeah, absolutely. You said that.
We should all call slow about 7 o'clock.
So Slow started out
You can call
on
me.
these gummies when we was doing a pre-podcast meeting. Slow started out with a like a toothpick. He would pick one out and eat it. Then he went to a fork. Now he's got a damn tablespoon. What's next? A ladle?
You need a spoon to get the jelly part of it. You need a spoon.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Could be
he's
a
on-
shovel next time.
And I don't
Could
know
be
if
one of the
Kevin
snow shovels inside.
and Kevin's from near the Gastonia. He's Fort Mill,
He's gonna turn
and
it up like
I hope
old
he's listening to
cereal
the
bowl
podcast.
milk.
Kudos to him. He's one who introduced me to him.
Nice.
Now I got to try it too somehow. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The thing about it is, it just takes about 2 months from you just keep stirring them, and man.
There you go.
Also, you put them in the stuff for 2 months. You just stir them up every now.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, because at first you'll get gummy bears just soaked in alcohol. It's actually starting to absorb it.
Okay.
I've
Congeal.
done that
Congeal
one
in
time
it.
with cherries and like a cup of sugar. So like a month before Christmas.
But they're excellent.
Nice.
I can tell they're excellent. You're shoveling them.
Makes me want to go watch the movie. Was it
Like Jethro eating fucking cereal.
You're like a hostage that just got released, and you're getting your first bowl of cereal.
Yeah, I did not want to escape either. And you hear him. I'm going to eat when you hear him. No, don't, please don't.
He's coming in again.
All right.
Oh,
What's next?
anyway, I was getting into
Oh,
was the ice agents are starting to get a lot of heat on them. A lot of death threats started to ramp up because of the deportations. So they were speaking about the death threats coming in from on X. People are kind of stupid. You start threatening ICE agents on social media, you're not too hard to trace and track. And as you know, like when the other administration was in, you'd say anything about Biden or anything like that, you had FBI agents. What would they do, Slow? FBI agents?
He's eating too damn many gummies. He don't know.
Yeah, FBI would knock her down. That wasn't too bad. It was a little bit of a delay. But
I had to make sure I was on the.
You talking about that rod? And
he was picking a gummy bear out of his
like,
teeth. It's all right.
Well, I've got 3 platforms. I switched between the 3 platforms to get the right sound bite.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I know you're talking about that rod. You were at the Democratic National Convention in 12, right?
Yes.
So when we got down there, they told us, when you're texting, make sure you don't put anything regarding the president
Oh,
in
no.
your text back and forth because they were monitoring everything, and I guess Secret Service monitoring it. So anything that came
What was that
across
called?
there,
They had that umbrella over the whole city. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
so
and the word-
they said anything that comes across the president, they flag it and they stop it.
Yeah, it leaves a footprint, and it can be traced right back to you.
Right. Right. Yeah. But anyway, these ICE agents guys are getting some pretty hellacious threats over X and different platforms and some real sinister shit. But I guess it goes with the job. But I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. This isn't like just going down there, you're rounding up like nice. I know you see a lot of. I like to show the people crying and all this. Most of these are military-age men coming across that border, anywhere from 18 to 32, 33 years old, and they're usually by themselves. And there's women and children here and there, but most of them are. It's almost like an invasion. So these guys are doing a tough job. And again, a lot of them are being taken across by Cody's and the cartels. The other day, I just saw on the news some cartel guys took some shots at some agents across one part of the border.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
military may slow that down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
did because they returned fire. Nobody was hit, but apparently there was a drone like right above. I saw it on the news. A drone right above the guys who were shooting at the guys across the way, and it was like so easy to take them out. So I'm sure that won't last very long. A couple of drone strikes there, or a little bit of artillery, and that would be the end of that.
Right.
But just a shout out to the ICE agents who are doing a tough job. You got to think about it, dude. Hunting around all day in the weeds and shit
Oh,
out
yeah.
there. I mean, you got a lot of technology, but you still got to go put hands on people.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So guy who knock on doors.
Yeah. And there's been also reports of mines and stuff like trip mines, and a vehicle was just driving along the border. Went off the road and hit one of these mines and blew the car up. So there's like
Now,
these.
you talking about which side of the border, ours or Mexico?
The other side. The other side. Yeah, right on the border. Like they mined the road. I don't know. I didn't read the whole story, but somebody was driving and they hit one of these mines. These mines they put out, and I guess to keep people from going down those roads, maybe because that's where they do some pickups and drop-offs. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just speculating, but when a car blows up for no damn reason, they say hey, there's a mine in the road. It's like you got to be like,
Oh,
okay, yeah, we're not gonna go that way. So just a shout out to the ICE agents,
Yep.
and law enforcement in general have to deal with that because I'll tell you what, when people are trying to get their freedom, they can do stupid shit
They
too.
can, yeah.
And really not even mean it, but they're just so scared they can do some stupid shit.
And it's
And
not
I
like
just,
they're dealing with just the average street level doper.
Yeah.
No.
They're doing
Exactly
top
right.
tier, legit
Yeah.
bad dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially.
someone-
People that don't hesitate to shoot the police.
I tell you, I seen one lady talking about the coyotes that her family got a loan for $26,000 to pay these coyotes to get her into the United States. And of course, she got bumped. She couldn't get in now.
Right.
She's on the other side of the border slinging snot and crying because she don't know what to do, and the whole family's stuck with this payment now. And
Oh well.
Oh well.
yeah,
Well, did you also see that the app that the Biden administration put into effect, where people on that side of the border could sign up through the app for their court date in America, and then after their court date, they get released until they have their hearing. That app got turned off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everybody waiting on the border for their court date was canceled, and they were just like, oh, they were crying. It's like
I missed that. I didn't even know they had that.
they had an app.
Wow.
Yeah. So what everybody's saying, oh, it's so mean. It's not mean. It was illegal. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Like what you were doing is wrong. Everybody knows what you were doing was wrong. And you knew Trump was coming. Like,
Oh.
you know, I mean, I guess, I don't know whether to feel bad or not, you know, because it's like, I know people just want a better life. I get that a lot
Well,
of
the
people,
ones that
right?
want a better life, that I feel bad for them.
There's a way to do it.
Yeah,
though.
there's
But
a
way to
legal
do
way
it.
to do it. The scumbags that come in here, the murderers, the rapists, the kidnappers, the gangbangers.
Right.
Fuck those guys.
well, even
exactly right.
the
Exactly
family,
right.
mom and dad, and the kids that want a better life, they crossed illegally. They are now criminals.
Yeah,
They are
you're right,
criminals.
yeah.
One news lady kept asking our new lady, Slow, you were commenting on it, the blonde lady. What's the who does the updates? The 27-year-old, the new one, the lady who does the
Yeah, what's her? What do you actually
I
call her?
forget her
She's
name.
Press secretary.
Press secretary.
press secretary.
Yeah.
Press secretary. She was saying, they said, how many of these criminals? How many of them were criminals they picked up? She goes, all of them. She goes, no. How many committed crimes in the United States? She goes, all of them.
By crossing
They
that,
crossed into the United
Yeah.
States. They're criminals. So whatever they do after
like
that,
it or not.
right? And they
That's
just
like you see a lot of these teachers complaining because they're going to protect their babies in class.
Yeah.
yeah.
Talking about the kids.
Yeah, California's giving out these cards, guys, these red cards where if an ICE agent, and they're not coming to schools, they're not coming to lock up kids. They're getting the worst of the worst out first, and there's over 700,000 worst of the worst, so it's going to be a while. But the problem is they're giving these kids these cards, and if you get an ICE agent or somebody come, these are your rights. Like they're trying to actually push back against this. It's like, I don't understand it. It's just your country. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. It's a felony to try to harbor or try to
Oh, yeah.
block, you know,
It's
block
just treat-
immigration people doing
it's
this.
treason.
And they're talking about
treason.
they're separating
Exactly right.
families. But if I were to stop a car, a dad, and has two kids in the car, he's DWI, he's going to jail, and I'm separating those kids from him.
That's right. If you lock me up for armed robbery and I go to prison for 3 years, you're separating me from my family.
You're
Yeah.
It's
exactly
the
right.
same damn
Yeah.
thing. You break the law, you get separated from your family.
Well, the
What's
funny
everybody
thing
crying the
about it
blues
is
about?
go back to old video footage of Hillary and Obama. They were making the same statements about get rid of immigration.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the good thing,
Yeah.
thing about Hillary, she was good looking, so you got to give her that.
All right, no more, no more gummies.
No more gummy bears.
No more
Government
gummies.
for you.
Nope, no more.
Hey, let me tell you, brother, I still got 2/3 of the bowl here, and there's still not enough gummy bears.
Oh God.
The Jack
All right,
Daniels
guys,
don't
we
make
are
enough.
58 minutes in this podcast. I did want to ask you a off-the-cuff question. Now, this is going to be released before the Super Bowl. The next podcast will be released after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So I'm just curious, who you guys want for the Super Bowl? Who you guys pulling for?
Kansas City.
The
Kansas City. Good old KC.
Billy,
the Yankees.
Billy.
The Yankees were playing, I'd be for the Yankees too. Yeah. I'm just I'm not an Eagles fan in any way, shape, or form. I don't like the city. I don't like the team, and they play against my Cowboys, so I'm not an Eagles
I get
fan.
that. The reason I'm kind of tired of Mahomes.
You know, and I really like Mahomes. Like I think
I
he's
think
a,
he's
I
got
think
some
he's
good qualities, but
I think he's a good representative as far as athlete goes. And,
I agree.
And if they win this year, it's a three-peat. That'll be never done before. That'd be pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
I'd like to see that
History.
because of that.
Yeah, yeah. And
But,
I like the fat
also,
coach. I like
too-
Andy Reid too. Andy Reid, that
I
fat
like Andy,
coach.
but
He's
there's
a
a
good guy.
I don't know if y'all know this or not, but a guy that used to work with us. I know Hound Dog and Slow. Remember Chris Davis?
Yeah.
Yes.
His son starts for Philly.
Really? I did not know
What's
that.
he play?
Jordan Davis, 99, that played at Georgia.
No shit.
What's he play?
Like nose tackle.
lineman.
Dude,
Yeah, defensive line. He's big. He's like 6'6", 330.
I had-
He played with Georgia when they won their national titles. He went to Mallard Creek High School.
I had
Well, that's
I had
pretty
no
cool, yeah.
idea, man. Me and Chris are buddies, man. We work together.
99 Jordan Davis. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
damn.
on our shift. His dad works for Charlotte Mecklenburg Police. Charlotte Mecklenburg School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he worked on our shift with Hound Dog
Yeah.
Slow and I. And his son went to Mallard Creek, and he was on a couple of the national championship teams with Georgia.
I had no idea.
Yeah, well, good deal. I did not either. Good for him.
I am. Go Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for the Eagles.
I'd be
now.
like, hey, son, I like a
His
new house,
mom
please.
was a jailer at Meck County.
Oh, really? I used to be a pod god. No, I used to do that shit.
Because he was like in sophomore in high school, and he never played football. His mom's like, "You're too big. You're going to play football."
Yeah.
His in shape weight is 6'6", 330.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm definitely going for the Phillies. I mean, not the Phillies, Philadelphia.
The Phillies.
I like baseball, man. I can't help it.
I tell you, hey, baseball, they earn their money. They play more games
They do.
than any other sport.
They do.
I'll tell you
They
something,
earn
too.
their money.
It is the best sport for a career because it's the least sport you get injured in.
True.
I tell you
That's
this
for
too.
sure.
I didn't realize this till not too long ago. Kind of getting off on a side note, but all these professional athletes. So if you're playing for the Eagles, and you go play in St. Louis, or you go play in Minnesota, or you go play in Dallas, you get charged state taxes.
Oh yeah.
You get charged state taxes in those cities.
Yep.
Oh, do you?
Oh
really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever city you play
in,
in,
you get
absolutely.
whether
Now,
that's
explain that. What do you mean by that?
like there's check. They get had to pay state.
Oh,
like,
okay.
if-
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
They
what you
say
said.
Jordan Davis plays for Philadelphia, but he goes to Dallas to play.
Good
Texas.
gosh, that's got to be a headache.
Texas takes taxes out on his salary because he worked in Texas.
See, that's
Baseball
wild because
basketball players same way.
I just bought a car in Tennessee and paid North Carolina taxes
Yep.
Yeah, because
I live in North
you didn't
Carolina.
have to pay taxes
though-
on when you bought it in Tennessee.
Yeah, because Tennessee.
Correct.
Now,
Yeah.
if you play in Tennessee, you don't have to get.
Yeah,
Tax.
because I bought a truck one time in Georgia, and then paid Georgia taxes. Had to pay North Carolina taxes when I got it back home.
Yeah. Well, which I was glad because Tennessee's 10% sales tax.
Yeah, but think about it. If you're playing baseball, you got to pay in every
Yeah,
one of those.
That's crazy, man.
That's interesting. Well, they make enough money that somebody else's headache had accountant has to
True.
worry about that. Not
Very
them.
true.
Correct.
True.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're at the part of the podcast where you last shout outs, any data boys, anything, any comments on the alcohol you're drinking?
I went to the Rooster this weekend and saw some great shows. I want to just give a shout out to the Rooster, downtown Gastonia. A club has bands. It's a really good place. You should try to support it. I like downtown Gastonia thriving. So there you go.
Good deal. All right.
Yeah, the thing I got to talk about this week is on April, I know it's a long time away, April 23rd, the Vietnam Memorial Wall, the traveling wall, will be in Whiteville, North Carolina, which is
Really?
which is probably about 30 minutes away from me. And
What did you say it was? What did you say, Whiteville?
yeah, Whiteville.
White-
Whiteville.
Withville or
It's
Whiteville?
Whiteville.
Whiteville.
Yeah.
Whiteville. Okay.
And
It's kind of racist, I think.
Yeah, why can't it be Blackville?
Yeah.
because they named it Whiteville, okay?
Oh, okay.
But anyway, they're asking for volunteers. They need at least a minimum of 250 volunteers to help with
Good
the
grief.
wall, because it has to be somebody has to be with it 24/7 the entire time that it's here. Have to have volunteers to help build it, help take it down, and all that stuff. So if anybody is in the area and wants to visit the traveling Vietnam War Memorial, please do so, because I'll be there volunteering. If you see me, come up and tell me you heard us about it on Bourbon and Badges.
Shout out
Yep.
Hondo. See if he's got any gummy bears.
Yeah. Give them a gummy bear if they show up here, home dog.
I will. I have a sack of gummies.
I think about being on something. Maybe we start packing this stuff up, and
Gummy bears might be attached to the show now. I don't know something.
Yeah.
it's good stuff. I'm telling you.
So I just shout out to all the ice agents out there because we all know what it's like to be out there on the street, and when those people they're dealing with, in this day and age, it's amped up.
Yeah.
Those
Oh,
boys they're
hey.
dealing with aren't afraid to pull the trigger on them.
That's true.
Yeah, Adobe Dog, on that very thing, and that they realize, and we've realized in our career too, it's nice when you know the administration's got your back because you don't like it when they don't.
Right. Yep.
And that's
Now
the
the
one good
administration
thing.
has your back.
Yeah, it definitely. And Pete Hegseth, part of the Secretary of Defense. Man, the military.
Right.
If young kids want to join the military,
Now's the time.
to join.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a great 4
Yep.
years. Absolutely. Good
Absolutely.
career.
Yep.
All right.
All right, guys, I would like to say drink responsibly. You know, you hear us talking about bourbon, alcohol, talking about these gummy bears. We're at home. We're not going nowhere, and we are off the streets. Do not drink and drive. We do support our brothers in the military and law enforcement, or any first responder that's suffering PTSD.
Medic,
get help. There's
fire,
help out there to
all of it.
get.
Yep.
Yep.
And also, real quick, if anybody's still interested in Jerry Millwood's TikTok videos, I don't have TikTok anymore. They went away. But it's the strange and unexplained phenomena of the South Mountains, North Carolina. Check it out every week. It's a great episode.
Yes, and he's
Good
got
stuff.
something going on YouTube now. I've seen him a couple times.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, guys,
See you
appreciate
guys.
it. It's been great. It's been a SETI Studio 77 production.
Let's drink about it and drink responsibly. All you first responders out there, please be careful. Make it home safely to your families.